Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review. And welcome back back to season two of Hell's Paradise. And it's episode 18. Yeah, episode 18. So episode 18. So now back with our main group, right? And so per most of the just pretty much it's the group trying to plan, how to escape from the island and get a little and try to get the elixir of life. And so and also go back with with Chobi, Toma's brother, who is with the Tenzin. After he does they do this little thing, him being part of the pact, the leader Rian. Well, he's not the leader of the Tenzin, but it's that Grandmaster Shofu who's organized the whole thing. But of the Tenzin, Rian takes Chobe to see this giant flower. It's supposed to be where the elixir is supposed to be made from. And so, but Rian wants to use him on more experiments, right? So, like, he takes out a pair of scissors, right? At first, he's gonna like castrate him, with the scissors, how he was doing it, But he's gonna experiment on him since he can now that Chobi can regenerate. He'll just keep using his body parts as much as he want. So, by the next scene, we see there he's like Rian's holding his severed arm and everything. So he's putting him through the ringer because since he can regenerate, he can torture him as much as he wants just for experimenting on him. So, but with our main group, right, Gabimaro and the others, they're planning how to escape, right, while at the same time trying to get the elixir and get off the island. Well, apparently there is an underground cave where they can leave with some boats for them to get out of. Because Shion, he sensed something in the first season. He said he was looking at the ways how to get out of here. He's like, well, there is some place that kind of looked promising, but then and he stopped. So he was sensing something. It was like another underground cave where some boats are they can escape from. And so, and with May's help, tell him where how the structure is of of the whole temple in Horai, where the tents will be. Each one will be right. And so, and also they're splitting I like how they split each other up, right, but the usage of their Tao, right? But by attributes, because there's like fire, of course, fire, water, wood, metal, um, those type of attributes, right? So they split like they draw like a pentagram, like a star, right, on the ground, and each one goes to a certain point of the attributes that they use for their Tao is, right? And so they split how they get split. They get split into groups, and so and then also they have they wanted Gabimaro and Yuzuriha or trying to teach them, since they're ninjas, try to be stealthy and quiet, right? So I like how they're trying to teach them because each one of them puts on glasses. It's like, oh, because now this is the teacher, they're gonna teach, right? And Blade Dragon, he's just looking at Yuzuriha as her chest and behind, right? He's like, oh, he's just looking at them. He's like, oh. I'm like, now isn't the time to be thinking about that. Now you just want to tell me how to get off the island. Maybe afterwards you can do that. So and and also they have at the same time. Well, they have to try. One thing they do, they have to try to get the avoid the newcomers, the of Shogun and the others, right, who arrived on the island. They have to avoid them, trying to escape from the island. Not only get the elixir, but also at the same time, do not when you encounter the Tenzin, don't fight them. Try to avoid the Tenzin. Try not to fight them. So and they seem to have the plan in motion. So, but with and May, she wants to get off the island, but before she wants to leave the island, though, I like the fact that she wants closure. May wants closure because she wants to go see the Grandmaster and Rian, right? She wants to go see them before she leaves because she wants to ask the question why they changed. Why they wanted to do this all. for all these years. They've been experimenting on humans. Like why do they want to do this in the first place? So I like that the May wants closure. Before she leaves the island, she wants to ask them why. So I do like that part in that character in May. And so the plan so far the plan is that Yuzuriha and Gabimaru take May and Sagari, right? So since they're the quiet ones, they quietly go behind the other members of Doshi and take them out. And I also like the fact that this is a cool effect where, like Gabimaru, tries to use his Tao to see right, in the structure of the temple. Like, it's almost like a way of using his version of... It's like, he's like using his Tao version of night vision, right? Like instead of having night vision goggles to see through, right? Or X-ray vision, he uses his Tao to see through the structures, right? It's like, so he turns on his like X-ray vision, right, and see through the inside of the structure. Okay, it looks clear, right? There's no tension here. Let's go, right? But the thing is, though, it seemed like it was gonna go through, so they get inside, but everyone in the group, they all get separated through this fog because Chobei, part of me wants, you want him to die though, but at the same time, he wants to do this because he wants him and his brother, for his brother, right? He tells that he knows that they're coming because he can sense his brother. He can sense his brother, so that's why he knows that the rest of them are coming to Horai. So that's why they know they were coming. That's why they were separating them. But Chobei says he has one condition. And which they didn't say though, but I assume that he doesn't want the Tenshin to harm his brother. That's why I assume. I assume that he made them a deal to not. You can basically kill everyone else, but don't kill his brother. That's pretty much the condition I would assume that he was saying because also all they have is each other. So hey, kill everyone else, but don't kill my brother. That's the condition. That's my condition. That's pretty much I'm almost 100% sure of. So now each one has to deal. Now each group has to deal with the Tenshin now. Which they tried not to fight though, but they have no choice in the matter now. And I assume from then onward, like this episode and onward, I think it's gonna be almost like a non-stop battle of a fight between our group, the Tenshin, and when the rest of the second party arrives, it's gonna be like a non-stop battle, In a way, it's almost gonna be like Demon Slayer, right? Because Demon Slayer has had episodes that just keeps on where the battles just keep on going, right? And same thing with the new movie, Infinity Castle. It's just been a non-stop. Yeah, we get exposition, moments of exposition and backstories, especially for the main villains, right? But other than that, though, it's been a whole non-stop action throughout the whole thing. And same with in the episodes of Demon Slayer, it's been an episode after another about nothing but action. So I assume from then on, from here on, it's because it's gonna be like our group, each one fighting the Tenshin, and then when the second party and Shugon and the second party arrive, they're gonna fight them as well. So I assume like onwards, it's gonna be like a Demon Slayer version, like an episode upon next episode is gonna be like fighting. So, but other than that though, I think it's another very enjoyable episode though. So yeah, so they're trying to plan to escape, try to avoid the Tenshin, but now they can now, since now they know where they are. They've been found out, big thanks to Chobei. Try not to fight the Tenshin, but it's unavoidable. Try to get the elixir and leave, and before the second party arrives. And May wants closure because she wants to, before she leaves the island, she wants to ask Rion and the Grandmaster, or Shifu, whatever, why they changed, why they're doing this. So I like that though, because yeah, May wants to leave the island. She wants to live a normal life, because she's been on this island for over 1,000 years. So, but overall, it was very very enjoyable episode. Like I said, Hell's Paradise, I've loved the series. I don't know the season 1. I don't know if people were sleeping on it, or complaining though. But I love the first season. And this has been even great as well, so. But yeah, Season 2, Episode 18 of Hell's Paradise. Thumbs up for this one again. 10 out of 10 again, so. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned and for the next episode review, and we'll see you next time. Later.